Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends Spider-Man retro-carded Lizard. Let's get into it! Let's start our experiments in limb regeneration with a look at the packaging. And if you've watched any of my other retro Spider-Mans, you know all about this packaging. Marvel Comics 4 and up. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. And then we have Lashing Tail. And then there's some animated artwork of the Lizard, or animated style, rather. Marvel's Lizard, all on that big billboard with the light shine on it. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. And Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years. Awesome. And then let's flip it around and take a look on the back. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Marvel Comics, Marvel! Marvel's Lizard. Nice line drawing of the lizard showing you can swap parts out. Then let's see what it says here. Desperate to be whole again, geneticist Curt Connors injects himself with a regenerative serum derived from reptile DNA, only to find himself transformed into the monstrous lizard. And then there's that number. Recycled print. Warning, attention, Achtung, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there, and don't give it to the babies. Attention, don't stick things in your French pie hole either. The stuff that doesn't belong there. Hasbro print. Small fine legalese made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode, also recycled. And then the only other thing is it's a blister card, and it's nicely blistered. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to take a look at the accessories. And first up, let's take a look at his scientific equipment, or beakers, or bottles, or I'm not sure exactly, other than beakers, what they would be called. But you can see this one has a little bit of stuff inside of it. And it looks like maybe it's just put in there and glued, so that they can do different colors inside of it. So simply molded, but looks nice nonetheless. And here's the other one, and again on the bottom it looks like that piece is just glued in there so they can change the colors if they want to. So it looks pretty good. Nice to have some scientific equipment in the Marvel Legends line now. Other than the Beasts, I think the Beast, the animated retro-carded Beast, come with one of those beakers, maybe both of them. So anyway, he also comes with a set of alternate hands. One is a fist. It's on an in and out hinge. Nice molded details on it, and you can see it's got a little bit of paint shading in there, it looks like. Some dry brush maybe. And then here, the other hand is a C-grip. Also on an in and out hinge. Nice molded details. And the same bit of, well, not necessarily dry brush. But it sets off the detail in the scales there. And then finally we have the alternate head. Actually, I think this is the head that comes on the figure in the packaging. And again, it's got that Nice shading in there to help show off that scale detail. Some paint inside the mouth as well. Oh, let's take a look at the figure itself. And look at those eyes. Yeah, this is the head right here now. And even though it looks like the jaw will open and close, it does not. And again, nice shading all up in there. I can't think of what the technique is called right off the top of my head right now. It's not dry brush. But on the hands, up in the torn sleeves as well, you can see some scales in there. And then as far as the body goes, you know, it's pretty plain Jane. No real molded details on the pants except for the jagged pants leg. Same, you know, it's got a few wrinkles in the sleeve, a few wrinkles in the t-shirt. And then of course you've got the tail. And it looks like it's got maybe a little bit of that paint detailing in there, but not a lot. Now let's take a look at his articulation. The head, neck, and torso are all three separate pieces, and I'm sure there's a dumbbell in the head and a ball at the bottom of the neck. Gives him lots of chicken neck. He can look up that far. And I take it back, it's a ball and joint at the top of the neck. He can look down that far. He's got some waggle in there, mostly due to that ball at the bottom of the neck. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, it's got some detents in there. You can maybe hear it. I'm not sure if y'all could hear it or not. So you can raise his arm at the shoulder that far. 360 degree of rotation. Cut at the upper bicep for another 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged, pinless elbow. Gives you that much bend. At the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation on in and out hinge, and the other side's in and out hinge as well. Now, for the torso, he has a cut here where the chest and the abdomen meet, which allows him some hula. He can lean left and right, and forward and back we'll get to in a minute, because he's got also has this reverse ab hinge. And you guys can notice he also has this big old bendy tail, and it can bend. You know, it's the rubber on the outside and the wire on the inside, and you can get a little bit of posing ability out of it, at least at the end of the tail. As it goes up higher, not as much, and you just plug that in. And it's also, it can spin around there and lean in and out a little bit where it connects in. And also at this upper torso cut, he does get 360 degrees of rotation. Now at this reverse ab hinge, in conjunction with this upper torso cut, he can lean back that far and forward that far. So that's really a pretty good range of motion there. Nothing at the waist because of the reverse ab hinge. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. He can kick forward, we'll say approximately 90 degrees, and backwards not very much at all, maybe a quarter of a step, if that much. Now he does have double hinged, oh wait, I forgot, up here at the upper thigh, he does have a cut for 360 degrees of rotation there. Now at the knee, he does have a double hinged pinless knee, and it will give you that much bend, so that's really good. And then let's see, up here in the pants where you can't see it, there is a shin cut, and it gives you another 360 degrees of rotation. At the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, and forward facing pin for rocker. So that's really good. And of course you have to pose the tail a little bit to help him balance, because it does put him off balance a little bit. Now there you have it, my friends, a look at the lizard and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, and here we have the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Spider-Man retro carded lizard with the original Toy Biz Marvel Legends the lizard, and a later Toy Biz lizard, I think from their Spider-Man line. Here we have the Walmart exclusive Spider-Man retro carded Marvel Legends series lizard with the Lizard Build-A-Figure from the Lizard Build-A-Figure series. And as you can see, as he goes by, the segmented tail, the opening jaw, but this lizard is much larger and the head looks more like a dinosaur than just a lizard. Or the lizard. In my opinion, yours of course may vary. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Spider-Man retro carded lizard, with our last Marvel Legend comparison making his cameo appearance Stan the Man Lee from the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander from Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Spider-Man retro carded lizard, I have to say, I originally was going to pass on this figure. I did not pre-order it. But when I ran across it physically at a Walmart store on clearance, I decided it was worth a pickup at the clearance price. And the clearance price wasn't, super low, but it was low enough to tempt me into picking it up. I do like the fact that it does have the bendy tail, but at the same time, I don't like the fact that it has a bendy tail. The bendy tail, of course, does look better than the segmented, jointed tail that came with, say, the Build-A-Figure lizard from a few years back. And that one was a really big version of the lizard as well. Now this version, he's more man-sized. He does fit in with that aesthetic of the cartoon, especially the head that I don't have on him currently. That to me is more animated series aesthetically than the head that I have on him. And that with the head that I have on him, he can pass for, you can use him for animated, or you can use him for comic book type stuff. He can, swap the heads out and he can have either look. I like the beakers that he comes with. I think those are really cool. And of course, he does have the alternate hands, one fist, one C grip. So the C grip is so he can hold his scientific equipment. And of course, the fist is for punching Spider-Man. Now, I'm not super enamored with the head that I have on it, the tongue, it's okay. I'm just not super enamored of that look necessarily. And the fact that without that, they could have put an extra piece of articulation on this figure and made the jaw open and close, but they opted not to do that. Now, the bendy tail, I do wish it had a little more articulation to it. The closer you get to the base of the tail, the less articulation that you have, and the more you get toward the end, of course, the more articulation you have. So there is that. Now, I would have liked his lab coat to have had like a little Tampo name badge on it, in Kirk Connors. That would have been a nice added touch to it. And I think one of the Toy Biz lizards did that. But all in all, I have to say, I am glad that I did pick this guy up. So I have lizard options now. I do, of course, have my older Toy Biz stuff. I do have the Build-A-Figure. Now I have this one. And I think even one maybe out of early Spider-Man line from Hasbro. I'm not sure. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.